In 1587, 115 English settlers established a colony on Roanoke Island, off the coast of what is now North Carolina.
Steady! Keep your feet! Careful with the children!
What do you think it will be like?
Time will tell, but we are alive.
3 years later, when a supply ship returned from England, the colony was gone. No bodies, no signs of battle, no desperate messages, just one word carved into a post: Croatoan. For over 400 years, this has been called the Lost Colony of Roanoke, one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries. Except it was never actually a mystery, and the colony was never really lost. In 1587, Sir Walter Raleigh sends an expedition to establish a permanent English colony in the New World. This isn't the first attempt. An earlier colony failed 2 years before. The leader is John White, an artist and governor. The group includes 115 people: men, women, children, and White's pregnant daughter Eleanor. They land on Roanoke Island on July 22nd, 1587. They're building homes, planting crops. White's granddaughter, Virginia Dare, is born, the first English child born in the Americas. But by late summer, supplies are running low. White makes a decision. He'll sail back to England to get more supplies and reinforcements. Before he leaves, White and the colonists make an agreement. If they need to relocate, they'll carve their destination into a tree or post. If they leave under duress, they'll carve a cross above the message. Why 3 years? Because 1588 is the year of the Spanish Armada, Spain's massive fleet attacking England. England is at war. White is stuck in England, watching the months turn into years, knowing his daughter and granddaughter are waiting for him across the ocean. Finally, in August 1590, he gets passage on a ship. He arrives at Roanoke Island on August 18th, his granddaughter's 3rd birthday. The settlement is abandoned. The houses have been dismantled. White's own belongings, trunks he left behind, have been dug up and looted. And on a post near the entrance of the fortified palisade, carved clearly into the wood, Croatoan, no cross, no distress signal, just a destination. So who or what is Croatoan? Croatoan Island is about 50 miles south of Roanoke. Today, it's called Hatteras Island. More importantly, the Croatoan were a Native American tribe who lived there. The colonists were friends with the Croatoan. One of the colonists, a man named Manteo, was Croatoan. When White sees Croatoan carved into the post, he's not confused. He knows exactly where his people went. He tries to sail south to Hatteras to find them, but a storm hits. His ship loses an anchor. The crew refuses to continue. White is forced to return to England. For the next 100 years, nobody really considers the Roanoke settlers lost. Early records from the Jamestown colony mention reports of white people living with Native American tribes inland. In 1701, explorer John Lawson visits Hatteras Island and meets members of the Hatteras people. He writes that several of them claim to have white ancestors. Some have gray eyes. The implication is clear. The Roanoke colonists assimilated. They didn't vanish. They joined the Croatoan, intermarried, and their descendants lived on for generations. But this explanation was ignored because in the 19th century, when the lost colony myth really took off, the idea of English colonists assimilating with Native Americans was a taboo. By the 1800s, the United States had laws against interracial marriage. The idea that white English settlers would choose to live with indigenous people was unthinkable. A lost colony is dramatic. It's mysterious. A colony that chose survival through integration? That's inconvenient. So the mystery was invented. Fast forward to the 21st century. Archaeologists have been digging. They keep finding evidence that supports the assimilation theory. They found fragments of swords, gun parts, broken English bowls, writing slates with letters still inscribed on them, and European pottery, all mixed in with Native American artifacts in the same soil layers. The evidence suggests the colonists split into multiple groups. Some went to Hatteras to live with the Croatoan, and some moved inland to other Native American communities. Now, not everyone agrees on the details, but here's the thing. Everyone agrees on the basic conclusion. The colonists didn't vanish. They relocated. They survived. They assimilated. So here's what really happened at Roanoke. Facing starvation and isolation, they made a rational decision. Join their Native American allies. They carved their destination into a post. They walked 50 miles south to Hatteras Island and joined the Croatoan people. They intermarried. Their descendants lived on. The Lost Colony of Roanoke isn't a mystery. It's a story we told ourselves, because the truth didn't fit the narrative. And sometimes the strangest part of history isn't what happened, it's what we chose to forget.